In today's video, we are going to be talking about how the NBA is rigging the system for the Washington Wizards. I think that the NBA wants the Washington Wizards to make the playoffs because this will give them a lot more viewers and in the playoffs, and there's been potential things of rigging in the past, like the 1995 draft lottery, where they supposedly rigged it for the Knicks so they could get Patrick Ewing. And it makes sense because all the other teams were low market teams like Atlanta and Indiana in the lottery. But New York, it just made sense so that they can make more money from New York. So we're going to be talking about the Washington Wizards and why the NBA might potentially be rigging it for them. So the Washington Wizards started off 0-5 at the start of the year, and they're now 30-35. And I'm not saying that that's coincidence. Maybe they just had to build their chemistry up. Don't get me wrong. Bradley Beal and Russell Westbrook are great players. Westbrook's very underrated. Russell Westbrook's averaging 22 points, 11 rebounds, 11 assists, and Beal's averaging 30 points. And both players, I think, are amazing. However, it would make a lot of sense for the NBA to rig Washington to get into the playoffs. The main reason being the matchup. If Brooklyn finishes as the 1 seed, and Washington finishes as the 10 seed, then they can make the NBA might rig the system so that they can get Washington to win the play-in tournament. I think a few bad calls here and there in the Wizards' favor to make them win the play-in tournament would be fine for the NBA. Because if they were to have to go up against Brooklyn in the first round, it would be Russell Westbrook versus Durant and Harden, the former Oklahoma City players. So that's why. Don't get me wrong, Washington deserves to be here because they've been playing good this year. But there's been a couple times where the calls have been pretty bad, and a few bad calls here and there for Washington to make the playoffs and get more views because the former 3 OKC players are going up against each other. That'll get a lot of views, a lot of TV ratings, and lots of money for the NBA. They also think that because Washington actually took 2 games from Brooklyn this year in the season series. And if this series even just goes to 4 games, Brooklyn sweeps them all 4. They'll probably have, they'll probably make so much money from that. And even if Washington can sneak 1 or 2 games from them, you know how much money the NBA will make from that? A crazy amount. And there's also another thing. So, Zach LaVine's been out for a while due to COVID-19 protocols, health and safety protocols. And if you see some Bulls games, you see him sitting on the sidelines. So then you start to think, did the NBA just suspend Zach LaVine so they can get Washington in the playoffs? Because nobody would want to see a Brooklyn-Chicago first round, whereas this would be more likely. So the NBA thinks, okay, let's bench Zach LaVine so Chicago gets eliminated, and then we can get a Washington-Brooklyn first round. And obviously, if they are cheating, if the NBA is rigging so that Washington can get in, they obviously won't admit to it. And if they are, we have no proof. So I think that we just got to accept that and get a good series because this will be a great investment for the NBA because 1-8 matchups aren't supposed to be good. That's supposed to be like the 2-4-5 and the 3-6. But 1-8's not supposed to be good. 1-8's normally a sweeper in 5 games. That way with this one, even if it's a sweep, it'll get lots of viewers. So comment down below guys if you think the NBA is rigging this so that Washington can make the playoffs. Comment down below. Be sure to subscribe, leave a like, and we'll see you next time.